Let's get serious for a minute. I think that opening song, very appropriate, man. Very appropriate opening song. And I just randomly ran into it. It was like, some old immortal technique. He probably wouldn't feel that way now, but still, kind of an appropriate opening song. So I know everyone's dying to hear my thoughts on Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson. First of all, I didn't even really know who Andrew Wilson was before any of this, so I guess if that's what he was trying to do, I guess congratulations. Maybe I do know who he is, and I just don't fucking. Maybe I just like it's not clicking, but whatever. Some debate with I don't even know why. Who wanted this? Is this a free market idea? Like, did anyone actually want this, or did she just was somebody a bad enough businessman that they just fell for Candace Owens' bluffs of negotiation? Like, is that what we were basically dealing with here? Is everybody suffered for this, for no reason? We didn't need this. I don't know, bro. Based off everything that I see, Nels likes him and Nora hates him. That must create interesting repo interaction. Hey, Joey. Oh, wait. I just finished my pod on the subject. Well, it was 6.5 hours long. Oh, my Lord. How long is mine? I've been going for about 10 minutes. I've been going for about 10 minutes. Soundboard pun scum. Oh, jeez. Put your best soundboard lord pun in the comments section, please. And we'll read them at the end of the show. So please give me... Somebody pin that message or something. I know, it's not a message, but somebody write it down and pin it. Condoms? What? What are those? Who uses those? Not me. Would never. Not never. Yeah, but... Dude, I'm so tired of this debate about who killed him or not. I really just, maybe I'm so black-pilled that I just don't care, and I don't see why I need to dedicate stress to it. I got bigger fucking priorities, dude. Tyler says, I've been here. Yeah, I've been here. I've been ready. I just feel like I got so many bigger priorities than this shit. Andrew paid $3K to have the debate, and I say no. He paid, bro? Oh, my God. And these are the types of people that think they want to be in charge and that shit would be better, and they just pay Candace Owens $3K? Isn't there, a whole legion of people that are just like, Candace is just doing this for money, and then what do? They just feed that? But, I don't know, man. Does it... I'm trying to think about this, okay? I'm trying to be as fucking possibly level-headed as I want. As I can be. To me, it feels like based off of the text messages that they or some of the pre-trial stuff is just like if you were to believe that Luigi Mangione was not the real shooter because there was those picture discrepancies. These people are more than willing to be fall guys, and why do I care? 300,000, Joey. Isn't that what I said? 300K? 300,000? Isn't that what I said? Fuck, bro. If it was $300, it's still too much. Who cares? Who? It's the characters of language that DNA uses to describe proteins. Don't need a definition. Just a frequency is good. Yeah, I just don't care about this story. All this story has done is sort of splintered the faction that we built, and it's is this the fucking hill that I want to die on? Because at some point, guys, at some fucking point, this faction that we've built with the estranged left, essentially, that faction would have to die at some point. But it's is this what we're gonna choose to do that with? Is it really that important that this fall guy might get convicted of something that perhaps maybe he didn't do? Because they want to prove that there's a grander conspiracy behind it? You're never going to prove that there's a grander conspiracy behind it. They will never let you prove that, bro. They control the fucking system. They control the institutions. That's never going to fucking happen. So, let's put our efforts somewhere better. That's just how I feel about it. These people want to be fall guys. I don't give a shit. They want to be Fall Guys. I don't care about their defense. Like, I don't give a shit, bro. Just like I don't care about the tech bros and the fucking and the billion dollar fucking hedge fund people that are just like, oh my god, the wealth tax, the wealth tax. Oh, you guys got to put your fucking credibility and shit on the line because of the wealth tax, the thing that we're going to get affected by, but you're probably not going to really get that affected by. Yeah, please sacrifice yourself. Nah, I'm good. Like, if we ever get power back, it's okay. We could just repeal that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fucking helping these people. I'm not helping these people. That's how I see it. Is like, I will take something I know is not bad if it's not going to really affect the majority of people in the interim. Because if we really do get the means of power back, we could just overturn it. It's not that big a fucking deal. Yeah, I guess some people are going to suffer over it, but bro, baby, we're at war. I don't like, we're at an ideological war. Like, that shit's going to happen. There's going to be suffering, and you can't avoid it. But as long as we are able to eventually overcome that, then it's like their sacrifice wouldn't be in vain. Like, we're at war. Like, that I just described like a fucking war movie. What's up, Introspector? You've been thinking about this all day? That's good, I guess. I've been thinking about it too, apparently. No, I haven't. But you guys could check... Ooh. You guys could check Tyler's stream tomorrow. He's going to do a whole fucking watch along to this shit. And I may pop in once for a little bit. I don't know how consistently I want to sit there and listen to that shit, but I may pop in for a little bit, you know, maybe like 30 minutes or perhaps an hour, depending on if I want to do anything before I continue to play more Hogwarts Legacy. If you're going to stand a chance of unmasking a larger conspiracy, you're better served looking for more evidence about which you can ask additional different questions, rather than continuing to just ask questions about existing body of evidence. I just don't really care about the case. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I'm not trying to sidestep this. Like, it's literally not on my radar. This is not even remotely on my fucking radar. And I feel like that's how a lot of people in the world feel. I think this is not on anybody's fucking radar except for people who are in the zeitgeist. Like, I just don't care. Like, I know. Listen, Charlie's dead. Nothing's gonna make him come back, bro. You can get justice all you want. Doesn't matter to me. They're, you know, these dudes want to act like Fall Guys. Let them. I don't care. It doesn't. Their innocence till proven guilty doesn't mean nothing to me. It's not like this fucking one random instance of it is gonna take the whole system down. They fucking threw innocent until proven guilty out the motherfucking window a long time ago, my guys. So, like, this one instance ain't pushing it much further. I don't really care, quite frankly. I don't care about anything relating to any of it. I don't care that I don't give a shit that Candace is fucking grifting to get views. I don't give a shit. I just don't care. People have kept up more with the drama than the case. Bro, exactly. And that was like my whole point, ironically, when I was on Nightcap last Thursday, was I was talking about my theory of maybe Rumble should just have more drama. Maybe they should air their drama out more. Like, clearly, motherfucking people love drama, bro. People love drama. It's the truth. Look at this shit. Look at the engagement that Candace Owens. You got to give her credit, I guess. Maybe we're just hating, bro. Maybe we're hating. Maybe she figured something out, man. Maybe she figured something out. We need to engage that desperate need that people have for the reality television. That's it. People want their reality television. Let's give it to them. Bro, you know we're more talented than some of these fucking people on TV. What's the one thing that separates us from them? Is a platform. Well, what do real fucking gangsters do? They don't listen. They make their own platform. Like we are the platform, man. We should be... I'm telling you it'd be a good idea. Reality show, okay? A reality show. We're going to call it Joey Cannoli, okay? And it's going to be starring Tyler today, all right? And I'm going to be a side character. That's how we're going to set it up. I'm going to be a side character, but the show's going to be called Joey Cannoli, but it's going to be like through Tyler's perspective. All he sees is like the random times he interacts with me. He doesn't see everything else. And then the next series of videos is just going to be from my perspective. I've thought about this shit way too much. You know what should be going on? You smashing that like button. Hell fucking yeah, bro. Hit that like button. Good ideas are easy, but the execution is a bitch. Story of my fucking life, yeah. Hey, fuck you, Joey. What? I was... Dude, I want you to fucking co-star with me in my fucking reality show. What the fuck are you saying fuck you for? God. I'm trying to help you, bro. I want to bring you to the top with me, man. And I'm trying to give you opportunity, man. You can just take it, bro. Just you could be entertaining. I know you could do it, bro. I've seen it before. I've seen it. I've seen that twinkle in your eye. I've seen it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful twinkle. It's great. It's wonderful. Joey wants drama. Tyler does drama. Joey, hey, what the fuck, man? Listen, we can have... No. Y'all don't get it, bro. This is shit's the art of war, man. Let me tell you. Bro, we encourage... Listen. This is what we do. We sit back. We encourage the drama. We encourage it, but we don't actually take part in it. You see what I'm saying? We're like those like curators of information, bro. I'm an information dealer. I'm setting up the market to where I can deal information. You know what I mean? Thinking like a drug dealer here. I'm trying to set up my corner. I'm trying to set my corner up. This is my turf. This is my territory. You want to sell on this land, you gotta pay a fee. You know, I'm setting up my shit. I deal in information. You come to me if you need something. Hey, Joey Cannoli. I seen this one stream has been talking shits about me. What can I do? And I tell him all the information he needs to know. I'm like, well, this streamer's been sleeping with this streamer, and their spouses are no. Just like shit happening, bro. Just like, oh, you were just random streamer beef, man. Like, oh, I've liked your stream, so you gotta like my stream. Type something positive or talk shit in the comments. Yeah, come up with your own soundboard lord pun based off of me. I was like soundboard dude. Like I'm just like a soundboard Padawan, you know, like something like that. Like come up with some sort of clever wordplay. You know what I mean? I always like to come up on the fly with some shit to put in the comments. But yeah, that's how I feel about the story, bro. That's how I feel about it. I think people are giving way too much attention to this shit. They got to be giving their attention to something else. I'll try to reiterate the rant I said on the Quiet Part pod, but like, yo, the level of discipline people get when it's like 6 months out to an election, like we need to find a way to hold that for a decade. We need people to be on point all the fucking time for like 10 years if we're going to ever try to turn this around from the ground floor. We need to find a way to activate this. And we have to try to find a way without being disingenuous fucking cocksuckers. Because once they realize they've been lied to, that shuts them down for even longer. It's going to be so hard to get these people up after being betrayed again. It's going to be so fucking hard, guys, to get these people up. And there's a lot of them, whether it's on the left or the right. There's people who feel betrayed by the system. Like they're scorned lovers, and it's hard to get that back. And if you give them something, like Donald Trump brought them back. That was a good thing. He brought them back, and now he's almost driving them away again. Like not just him, but like his administration and the way that the government is acting right now, basically with Thune holding everything up and Mike Johnson being a little, cuck. Like the government is almost, it's like it's a complete spit in the face of what people wanted. And instead of just being like, listen, just be patient, we're working on it, they're like insulting everybody. And just like we need people to be vigilant, man. We need them to be disciplined, but at the same time, we can't excuse the fucking people who say these things to get elected and they just like lie to our faces. We can't excuse that shit, man. We can't excuse it. So I get why people on the Candace Owen train. I understand their sentiment 100%. I really do, because I feel it, man. I feel it. These fucking people don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Something is wrong. Something is fucking going on. What the fuck is going on? People know something is going on. And then when they get somebody who's going to be their crusader and they just fucking give up and then they start finger wagging them, it's like, what? Oh, fuck you guys then. I'm just going to go back to doing me. Did I get myself a road mixer? No, I just have an OBS soundboard plugin. Soundboard fucking lazy, that's what I am. But dude, every time our team, our alliance, every time they get power, without fail almost immediately, they can't, we don't, this faction that we've built does not operate well with success. They get too arrogant, they get too cocky. You know, your meme game when you're up 10 is very different from your meme game when you're down 10, you know what I mean? Like, the funny jokes stop getting funny. They start losing their humor. They start to become apologists, and you can see that they're playing it in a certain way so that certain figures don't finger wag them. They have no fucking moral courage or fiber. None of it at all. They will never take a fucking hard stance. They will never dig their heels into the sand. So I completely understand where everyone from Kansas's camp is coming from. I really get it, because they've lied to us so much. The system has betrayed us so much that it's hard to, like, it's like you're a scorned lover, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, CH2 Action News? Welcome from the Whiskey Capitalist. Welcome in. It's fun going on your show. Hope to be on again in the future. But yeah, man, people just, they get betrayed, man. And there's certain issues that the libertarian right, whatever percent of people would be categorized in that, like, greater libertarian right, where they're not, like, super religiously conservative, or they're not, like, you know, completely, like, we need to go back to, like, these certain values and, like, Puritan laws and shit. Like, they're not that. They're more like live and let live, but, like, I don't want the fucking commies to have the government type. You know what I mean? Like, it's very different than the evangelical or the neocon, right? So there's certain issues for them that are just like hardliners. And I think the other people it would be so much beneficial to the rest of the party if they were just a little bit more understanding as to why some of these issues are so hardline for them. But instead, they finger wag, bro. They fucking finger wag. They finger wag and they talk down to. Nobody wants to team up with that. You're just going to create resentment, and they're going to want to see you fail. And now, guess what? The economy's big enough in this taco sphere where they can actually grift off of that. They can grift off of that and make money. Like, you're giving them, like, extra ammunition for no reason, for issues that wouldn't really affect any of us.
I don't give a fuck.
Ah, Faley with the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. I was told by a certain someone what you were watching. All great choices. Beautiful choices. Fantastic choices, folks. You've never seen choices so choicey. You've never seen. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. The factories are building the factories, folks. We haven't even started the actual trial for Robinson. Part of the reason people are even talking about Candace is because nothing else is happening besides the Iran war. Well, this is something that I talk about often, Tyler, and I've said it on your show many times. This news cycle is an economy in itself. And something that the new media is absolutely failing in is adapting to a new business model. They still have to make money based off of the old ways that the mainstream media makes money. They need to have content. It's paramount that they have content. And if you really think about it, what Candace Owens has done is actually give them content. Like, dude, last year when she was going hard with this shit in, like, October and November, bro, all fucking Tim Pool was doing was talking about Candace Owens. She became the economy. Typically, there's a downswing in post-election news cycles, and it always hurts people Tim Pool talked about that since like 2016, how that always happens. And content creators do really well, and then the news cycle dies down and their numbers start fucking tanking because people go back to sleep. That's what happens is people go back to sleep. So for the sake of the small streamers, everybody, make sure you're always vigilant. If your way of being vigilant is by constantly watching fucking news shows, I guess maybe cut back on it. Maybe don't give up on it entirely. I don't know, but like it operates on this news cycle, so there has to be news. And undoubtedly, if there is no news, you become the news, and becoming the news means creating drama. So this is, again, sort of like my reason for what I said about Rumble. Maybe Rumble should just monetize their drama. I think it's a good thing, because when you don't have a storyline, you become the storyline. I know she hasn't proved anything. I'm just saying I get where her fans are coming from in the sense that of their frustration. I get that. This is just not the hill that I would die on. I don't know, bro. Like, dude, we need to identify the real enemy, and everybody keeps missing the mark. How do we stop this? Like, I know we got some people in the audience that do shows. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I'd like to hear from you. Like, say something in the chat right now, and I'll read it. But like, I don't know how it's so difficult to break away from that system. And that is kind of what I wanted to talk about with the other topic of the show was what happens when things get too mainstream. You know, what happens when shit gets too mainstream? It's almost like fucking every time the same pattern happens, man. You start to lose that balance of, I want to create a quality product that I can make a living off of. And then it keeps accelerating upwards, and the graph, it starts to like, it becomes efficiency. Efficiency, that's the name of the game. It becomes efficiency. There's no risks. There's no high risks, high rewards. There's none of that. It's all just efficiency. Everything loses like its life and its characteristic. Because if you're putting your everything behind something, there might be inefficient things that happen because that's the creative process. And it doesn't take that in consideration. So it's all about efficiency, cutting corners here and there to maximize profits. That's when things start to become mainstream. That's something that starts to happen. How do we maximize? How do we squeeze it? That's what they do. They squeeze everything they can out of it. They make sure they squeeze everything they can out of it instead of keeping it at a fucking steady heartbeat for a very long time. They just squeeze everything they can out of it as quickly as they fucking can. And when you stand the test of time is when you can somehow fight back against that, which, surprise, most artists, most people can't do because it's a fucking crazy-ass system. But, like, that's what happens when things go mainstream, I've noticed. Like, look at the cycles. I mean, you had the Super Nintendo to the PS2 era, I'd say. Super Nintendo to the PS2 era, where there were so many different type of video game developers and publishers. And then, you know, the PS2 gets further into its life, and now it's the PS3, and we've lost a lot of companies. A lot of companies have been bought out by their competition. And then that cycle continues further when we get to the PS4 era, 2015, 16, 17, 18, and it's like everybody's fucking, there's like 6 big companies and they own everything. It's a very different landscape. So at some point when things get too mainstream, they start to get consolidated. They start to get looked at as through efficiency rather than creating something great. Like the name of the game changes. The artist wants to create something great. They want to create something they can be proud of. And then they realize they can make money off of that. And part of making money off of that is making sacrifices here and there to appeal to, whatever market you have to appeal to. So then you got to take, you got to compromise. And, of course, the corporate executives are going to try to persuade you to compromise more than you should. And it's like, it's something about that system of once something gets too popular, it starts to get sucked dry. It feels very demonic, and it happens with almost everything. Just think of anything and see how it's been completely sucked dried. Look at rap. Look at punk rock. I mean, like these arts that have been around for a long time, like rock, You've seen them go through these dark periods and they come back out of it for the most part. I don't know if it's ever the same again, but they do come out of it. And it's like, you can come out of it. It is possible to come out of this pattern. But sometimes when you let the shit linger too much, like the art starts to become the patterns. You know what I mean? Like it starts to morph it. That's what it looks like when they morph something. They morph the pattern. How many times have they done that in history? How many times have they just set a narrative and just told a lie so much that it just started to become real to people? Am I talking about capitalism? No, I'm talking about when something becomes. I mean, listen, capitalism could be a part of that. I mean, I think it's fair to ask that question. It is fair to ask that question. And I know it sounds like I'm talking about capitalism, but when things become mainstream, that's what they do is this is mainstream. We're going to mass produce it, basically. So that's pretty much a similar vein, I guess you can say, to things that happen or could happen under capitalism. I don't know what the solution to that is because essentially the solution is to have some sort of government oversight, but we know that the government's going to mostly work with them. So what do we do? What do we do about that? What can we, the people, do about that? The agency that's supposed to enforce things against the big corporations that have an exorbitant amount of power, they actively don't do it in a way that hurts them, but does it in a way that helps them. Like, what can we do about that? What are we going to do? Vote people out? Like, we can't vote people out of corporations. You know what I mean? Like, so what do we do about that system? And it's like, sometimes I'm just sitting here wondering, you know, when you read some of the documents from the founding fathers and you read some of their literature about the time period that they were in, so not necessarily like the Declaration of Independence or some shit, but like you read about like their own personal thoughts on things. And it sort of feels like the way to enforce that is essentially to have a well-armed militia. I mean, look what happens nowadays with the left. I mean, they basically get their way with threats of violence. I mean, let's be honest. They get their way. Birthright citizenship was basically turned down by they ruled against it in the Supreme Court because Amy Coney Barrett was literally scared. Their shit works. Threats of violence work, and then the random act of violence actually works. It works. That's the scary part, is it works. And I feel like we haven't proven that what we're trying to do of playing within the rule of law works. In my opinion, businesses are supposed to meet a need of the public, and a lot of people have figured out ways to make money off the public but offer no value. That's a great point too. So like there's a lot of like and I sometimes like what do you think, Cyber Valkyrie? What do you think that basically means? Like is there some sort of gap in the system that we have? Is there some way that we can maybe fix these blind spots? Because I think if we ever have like a 1776 moment again, I feel like we need. I think the principles of this country are an incredible foundation, but I think we need to come up with like the 2.0 version. You know what I mean? And they get away with it, Endel says, responding to Cyber Valkyrie, by suppressing and fabricating information. In a very real sense, the no real value problem is an information war. Well said, Endel. Let me see what it destroys the value of the content of the original creators. I think you probably had something before that. Let me go look. We see this daily with content copycats. The moment someone comes up with something original, the internet jumps on it immediately, duplicates it, and it saturates it. Yep. And that's a conversation for another day, man. It's like that grift, because it sort of is kind of like that, right? It's like not all the time. There might be some people where you do a certain idea that's really good, and then they have something good to sort of add on to it, and then like sort of like iron sharpens iron. But then there's people who just like straight up copy and don't even put their own spin on anything. They don't even try, bro. They're shameless about it too. And if you call them out, bro, they'll fucking attack you. Fucking cornered animal and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking cornered animals, they will fucking attack with their fucking claws drawn, dude. Yeah, music, content, all of it. Endel is on my page. We'll get Chris Redpill. Endel. We love Endel. New addition to Nightcap, Endel. I think that was a good decision. What do you guys think about that decision to make Endel a permanent member of Nightcap? As long as he's home, that is. I realize there's going to be times where he might need to be late. Fucking button. Yeah, man. It's so I think about that shit all the time about mega corporations, and I like to like let everyone know I'm talking about like fucking like super conglomerates. You know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about like a big grocery chain. You know, I'm talking about like fucking Amazon and SpaceX and shit. Like I'm talking about like the mega corporations. You know what I mean? I think first and foremost, people need to understand our civic duty. Because if everyone understands our role in society, they might be more likely to start businesses that actually benefit society. That's a good idea. That's one of those things, though, that like that needs to be taught generationally. You know, so I hope that everybody would fucking. It's hard, man. Like that's I think one of my big issues with everything that's going on is I'm trying to like come up with like a good priority list. You know what I mean? Like I want like what is the paramount most important thing? What's the top 5? You know what I mean? Hey Joey, I gotta go. Mom has a doctor's appointment. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Guys, you can follow Bunker Studios as well. She does streams. She's down under. But yeah, man. I just that's something that needs to be taught generationally. We have to start though. Like we have to start now. You have a kid, man. Don't cut corners, man. Don't give them that fucking iPad. Teach them how to do these things. Like you know how much money people waste. I said this point to somebody when I was playing basketball the other day, when they were talking about like how because most of the people that I go to the park and play ball with are obviously like center liberal or like kind of like a stone's throw liberal. Like they're not super extreme, but all their sentiments, everything that they understand about the world is rooted in left wing framework. So what I try to do is I try to appeal to that. I try to appeal to their framework essentially with what I'm saying. So it's a way that they can understand. But I was fuck. I think I lost it when I'm trying to fucking set it up. Ah! Wow. You see, that's what happens when you take too many edibles, Joey. You lose the framework. You lose it. You lose it. You don't catch it, you lose it. I'll find it. I know I'll find it. I always fucking find it. I always find it, folks. God, I feel like Joe Biden right now. Shit. Bro, I'm gonna clip this up in post, bro. Oh, fucking big corporations, blah, blah, blah. Mega corporations. Okay, I'm getting close. Mega corporations. Frame issues. They frame it in the world at the left. Okay. Fuck. Shit, I can't, like, I remember all the details except for the thing that I was talking about. Don't think about it. Tap your head twice and you'll remember. Wait, let me meditate, maybe. Yeah, I still don't remember. Shit. Fuck. See, this is why I like to have a co-host. This is why I only do this once a week, because my ass be forgetting too much. Mega corporations and basketball. Yeah. People at the park that I was playing basketball with. But I can't remember the mega corporation point. What the fuck was the point I was going to make? Jesus. Motley, help me. Endel, where are you guys? That shit happens to me. I know, I took too much of an edible, bro. I fucked up. I didn't mean to take that much. I fucked up. Mega corporations, mega fucking corporations. They have too much power. SpaceX, Amazon, too much fucking power. I try to frame it in a way that they understand. Too much power. Okay, too much power. That makes sense. I always talk about how my like, what's the line? Left-wing framework. They see the world in left-wing framework. They see the world in left-wing framework. Fuck. You know what it was? Is because I didn't actually say what I was going to say. I was setting it up first, so nobody fucking has a clue what... read your comment. I've read a couple of your comments. Something about people waste a lot of money, possibly kids plus iPads. Be the change that you want. Okay, so it was about the point that Cyber Valkyrie was making about teaching, basically teaching this to our kids, and I was basically like, that's something that's got to be generationally, because coming up with priority list, we're getting there, priority list. I'm trying to figure out what the top 5 priorities are that we should really hunker down and focus on. And I feel like people aren't focusing on the priorities enough. But, so, you know, the people I talked to at the park, they got more of a left-leaning sort of framing of the world. So, like, their priority list is very different than I think what a lot of our priority lists are. So because of that difference, they sort of, they clash with us on policies that maybe they shouldn't be clashing with us on. When Amazon launched their pharmacy during COVID, that was one of those moments when you had to just stop and laugh at how fucked up the country is. Dude, that's, yeah. Like, I think it's crazy how much these corporations are just, like, merging. Like, I feel like we live in a, like, monopoly is not the right word, but it's a duopoly. And it's just like, just because it's not a monopoly doesn't mean we can't come to the realization that, like, a 5-company duopoly is not a good thing either. Because most of the times, the things that they do to make more money is shit that they're all fucking doing anyway. So it's just like they realize that it's impossible for me to infringe on your corner of the market. We each own 20% of the overall market for the things that we're participating in. So it's almost like it's more convenient for us to just work together than it is to compete against each other. And if the situation arises where we can fucking triple our wealth by having another fucking merger, then we'll take that opportunity and all get rich off of it. Like, that's kind of what, it's like a mafia now. These are the 5 families, you know. Hey, Tony, you come to me. You come to me and ask me for a favor. Oh, what have I done to deserve such generosity? What have I done to deserve such generosity? You know what I mean? Like, fucking... All right, let's see what some of the comments say. I think one of the keys of bridging the center, left, center, right divide is figuring out how to drive home that the big business and the big government are precisely 2 sides of the exact same coin. And that's what's funny about the left-wing sentiment, though, is because the left, that's like their main core thing is sort of like the big corporations are more powerful. They're a bigger threat to them than the government, basically. But to me, it's like, I don't think they understand how, like, they beget each other. They feed off of each other. And what do they do it off? They do it at the expense of us. So one side is sort of trying to framing it to this segment of the population that, no, you should stick up for us. And then this side is like, no, you guys should stick up for us. So it's like they have this fake invasion force, and they're sitting back and having fucking drinks with each other as they watch us, like fucking human cockfighting, just lash out everything and get angry at the fucking foot soldiers instead of getting angry at the fucking real enemy sitting up in the rafters watching us act like a bunch of fucking morons. Hey, what's up, Sugar Bear?